Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, I recorded the last episode about a month ago, almost. I got a little off track on my recordings, not very proud of that, but I'm very easily distracted lately for various reasons. So I have trouble sometimes just getting myself to do just something. Not necessarily videos, but just certain things. But I don't remember exactly what's happening. I quickly went back and watched the end of my last video that I uploaded, and we had written a poem, I believe probably in episode 1, maybe at the beginning of 2, I don't remember. I didn't watch the whole video, I just quickly went to the end. And we were getting ready to read the poems now. A while back I had actually recorded this, and I recorded like over an hour's worth, and something happened to the file and I didn't really like the way the recording came out, so I ended up just deleting it anyway instead of trying to fix it. So this I have actually already played, but because it's been such a long span of time, I don't really remember much. I remember in the poem we were trying to go for Yuri, ended up leaning more towards Sayori, and then when we got to back to school, or back to our club meeting, or whatever we call it, we had a moment with Sayori, and it was interesting. I remember that. If you haven't watched it, do go back and watch episode 2 if you don't know what I'm talking about. So let's just jump right back into this. Okay, so I apologize in advance. I do not remember the voices I did for these characters. I'm still really bad at reading out loud. I'm still working on improving in that area. I've never really spoke out loud in very much, so I don't like reading out loud in front of people or to people or whatever. So I apologize if it still sounds weird. If you've watched my first 2 videos, I thank you so much for sticking with me through the awkwardness, the horrible reading, and the weird voices I do. I'm hoping I get them similar. I should have went back and watched the whole video of part 1 or 2. Probably part 2 sounded better, I think. But we're going to try and do our best here. So in the last video, I remember Monica said, why don't we share our poems now? So we're going to jump right into it and share our poems. Yay! I do remember Sayori had a cute little voice, because she was so cute. She still is cute. Scarlett, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I can't wait, Sayori. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, I did, and I do remember we wrote one, because we were aiming for Yuri, and we ended up probably getting Sayori more. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Wasn't she like just in front of us like 5 seconds ago? Did she like wander off to where I can't see her pristine handwriting or something? She's probably sitting right next to us, so of course I can see what's written on her paper. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, Sarah was so excited to read our poem. She's our best friend. So we're just going to go with Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She'll give me the absolute honest opinion. I know it. So Get the honesty out of the way instead of Yuri or Natsuki. Natsuki probably be bitchy about it. Yuri will probably try to impress me with some big words, and Monica, I don't know about Monica. She's a hard character to read. She's my good friend after all, Sayori. Oh, that looks not good. She has a cute little look on her face, and now she's like, what do I say? What do I say? Oh my goodness! Is it that bad? She's like sweating, and her eyebrows are over her hair. This is so good, Scarlet! Oh, really? Eh? Is it? I don't know. I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you're overreacting. You must be seriously overreacting. See, I told you. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Ah, my cute little witch laugh that I do. Jeez, I agree. Jeez, such a horrible laugh you have there, Sayori. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Yes, Natsuki's will probably be very bitchy. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Scarlet poem. Wow. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. Her oh-so-growing chest. And her still unbuttoned jacket. You're so weird, Sayori. I know, I am weird. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Scarlet. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. I agree. Thanks, Sayori, because good people are going to do things for their friends. If you just blew them off every time just because you didn't want to do it, I wouldn't even have friends, but your friends would feel a little hurt. I mean, if my friends want to do something, I'm always going to try it. I may not want to, or even know I'm not going to like it, but they want to do it, I'm going to try it, and if, hey, in the end, I might end up liking it, or whatever, but, always at least try. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. My whole motive was for the cupcakes. I do remember that. Because I wanted to join the cupcake club after. My whole motive here, food. Knowing how much this means to her and all. That was a weird segue. Yeah? And I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Sayori, don't make sure I have too much fun here. That might be a little awkward. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Uh-oh. Yay! Oh no, I'm kind of scared. What is Sayori going to do to make sure I have fun here? Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Not well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. It already starts out very Sayori-like. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, that was such a good poem until the end. I actually really thought that was a cute poem, and then I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want my eggs and bacon, pancakes, or whatever I'm having this morning. It's so sayori though. A very cute poem. I liked it. And then at the end it got very even more sayori. I just want breakfast. It wasn't clicking there for a minute. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I wasn't mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It wasn't a bad poem. I actually really liked it until the end where it said I wanted breakfast. If she would have went on with that, would have been a great poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. I nailed it almost. I didn't say toast, I said eggs and bacon. Should have been eggs and bacon, sayori. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. You're welcome. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, sure. I didn't sound too convincing about that. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it then. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, I'm just gonna go down the line. Natsuki probably is gonna be bitchy about it, so we got a good rating from Sayori. So now let's hear Natsuki's opinionated. I can't tell if she's mad or surprised that it's good. I'm gonna go with surprised that it's good. Well, say something, Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like it was bad. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke my emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. It's not unicorns and rainbows and sprinkles. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Now Tuki and I'm mad now. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. I sound like Sayori still, and I don't know what voice I used for Natsuki. Not that y'all like it. I'm trying to act bitchy, which I'm very good at doing, but not in a cute little girl voice. Very short and sweet, looks like. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's about it, yeah. She left out some very key animals. But yeah, that's Natsuki-like. Simple. Kind of cute. Cute poem. Very childish. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Yeah, I didn't take that seriously. There was like nothing to it. It was like a 5-year-old wrote it. But isn't the point of poems for everyone to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Yeah, it hit me hard. I don't know how. It was just hard to understand. Like in this poem. See, everyone around you do great things. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Actually, I don't, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. No, it didn't. So you did. No, you didn't. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. She got this vampire teeth. She got this smirk on her face, and she's got vampire teeth. No, what? She's just cranky because it's sunny outside, and but I don't even know why she's outside if it's sunny, but she's a vampire, though. I know it. I knew something different about Natsuki. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I'm going to say Yuri for last, because I like Yuri. I know I said I was going to go down the line, and I changed my mind, so. Hi, Scarlett. I have all the same voices. I cannot figure out what I was doing. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. I got overwhelmingly positive reviews from Sayori in her cute poem that ended very cute with her breakfast. And then I got some bitchy comments from Natsuki in her childish poem. So yeah, I'm having a blast, Monica. I have no idea what's going on. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah, yes, you do. You have to share your poem with me. Don't worry, Scarlett. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's just that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. She's actually right. It is. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? I was kind of going for Yuri, I remember, but I remember Natsuki, Sayori jumped a little more in the poem. You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well, sure. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. I don't even know what poem I wrote. Like, it didn't show us the poem we wrote. We just picked a bunch of keywords. And it didn't show us our poem, because now I kinda wanna read it. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. That's actually not unexpected. I mean, everybody's gonna have sad moments in life. And even though they're always happy, they can express sadness just as well. It'd be like saying a sad person can't express happiness. That's just wrong. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. But you could impress me if you'd like. I mean, look at me, I'm pressing my boobs out at you, waving my hair in the wind. Yeah, sure, Monica. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Oh, I thought we already read hers. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. I do see. It's an act. You have to act like you're confident or you're not going to portray. Not portray, that's not the word I'm looking for. You're not going to, if you don't act confident, it's not going to show in your writing. You're just writing because you have to. It's going to show you're just writing because you have to. If you write with confidence, even though it sucks, people are probably going to feel the confidence in it. So that's my take. Well, let's read it then. Hole in Wall. It's a long poem. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. It's a little hard to read the texture of the writing. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That is really good. I'm really bad at finding the meaning in poems, especially. I wouldn't say writings necessarily, but poems. So I don't get where she's coming at with that, but I really like it. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the style. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Let's see what she says, because I have no idea. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. That's actually really good advice. Just write, and you can totally clean it up later. Like I said, write with confidence, and then later on, write down your thoughts and everything going on, and then mush it into a poem or mush it into something that makes more sense. Write your thoughts on paper, and then go and take another piece of paper and make them into a story instead of your brain on paper. Thanks for listening. Until next time, this was Monica's tip of the day, or writing tip of the day, or whatever she called it. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, I don't know. I guess we have to show it to Yuri. So I guess we'll just do it. Let's just show Yuri. Everyone starts with the same perplexed look on their face, like, this poem ain't that good, but what should I say? I don't know. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Yuri, I was gonna call you somebody else, sorry. Oh, so sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself, Yuri. I see I've hit a nerve there. I've got her a little nervous now. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Don't strain yourself there, Yuri. I mean, I thought you were smart. I didn't think it took a lot of effort to put thoughts into words, I guess. It does for me sometimes, but that's a total different story and I'm a different person. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? Is it that obvious? It probably is a bunch of words jumbled up on a piece of paper. I'm just making sure. I guessed that it might be after reading through it. So it is that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. I didn't raise my voice. Her eye disappeared! Oh my goodness. What happened to your eye, Sayori? Oh, I don't know why he wanted to call her Sayori. Yuri. Yuri buries her face in her hands. No, she didn't. She buried her face in her face. Her eye disappeared. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And, having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the styles and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. So I said earlier before I started, Yuri is going to give you, probably good comments, but very strict and to the point. Sierra's going to give you a positive review, because that's just who she is, and then Natsuki's just going to be a bitch about it. Monica, I don't know, she gave a positive rating, or a positive review. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. I hope everyone else in the club gave you valuable feedback, because I've already got their feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? That it wasn't all sprinkles, unicorns, and glitter. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. No problem, Yuri, no problem, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thoughts, my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this the purpose? After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ugh. I can read cursive, but this is a weird text. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. See, I don't get it either. It's a really good poem, though. I like it. Well, what did you think? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Oh, it wasn't terrible, it was actually beautiful handwriting. Just a little harder to read than most. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I'm lying. But it took you a long time to read. No, I was pondering in the feelings of the words and trying to understand what it really did mean. Well, I just don't read script very often. Script, I could not think of what that was called. Well, it's cursive, but I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Hey. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. That's actually a really good length. I'm really glad you liked it. But I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Scarlet. See, I had no idea what I was reading. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. Yeah, I did not get that at all. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. That is impressive. I love how people can write in like a disguise like that, or however she said it, where you play on words but it totally means something else. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I will learn something even from this game. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew. That's over. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Not really, I figured it would be that stressful. It's as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing ability. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sarah and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki as I sit in the corner alone by myself with my mediocre poem. Nobody wants to sit with me. Whoa, never mind. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. It's not what she said to me. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Oh, no, don't, Yuri. They're not going to go over well. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sarah liked it. And Scarlett did too. Whoa, you throw me under the bus there. I might have said I liked it, but I didn't like it at all. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. which I haven't yet. I don't know what that was. And Scarlet liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Not really. I wasn't really trying. Her vampire teeth came out again, Natsuki. Watch out, Yuri. She's a vampire secretly. It's why she acts like this. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Scarlet appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. There's gonna be a girl fight here. Oh. Is everything okay? Well, you would know. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Scarlet Shadows started showing up. Damn, that's some girl fighting right there. I don't even know what to say to that. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! That was hard to do two voices at once. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Scarlet? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. Why is there like... Sounds like a circus music in the background. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain this to her, Scarlet. Well, wait, I'm not stepping in the middle of this one. Not at all. Two girls fighting. I'm a guy, supposedly, in this game. No way. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting ourselves, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Scarlet? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... well, I'm not going to agree with Yuri, or Natsuki. You know what? I don't like Natsuki, so I'm going to agree with Yuri. No, Natsuki! Oh, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. Hold your horse, little girl. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki... I was gonna say talking as Natsuki there because she popped on the screen. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists, about ready to throw a punch. In the end, Node has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. I actually do feel a little bad for her. I probably shouldn't have picked Yuri in that situation, even though I really liked the dialogue there and what they said, because it was so true. But I probably should have just had Sayori help me and just like totally not picked a side. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Ouch. No offense, I don't want to look at yours either, but I was feeling bad for you. Without warning, Natsuki snatches up her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Aww. It was a really bad poem, but I do actually feel kind of bad. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. I'm gonna stop this there because I feel like this is gonna go a lot longer, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this scene will end in like 5 seconds after I stop this video, but it's already been a really long video and I want to try and make these as short as possible. So I'm going to stop it there and hope maybe that this goes on a little farther. I probably should have stopped like a couple sentences back, so as Natsuki stormed out, that would have been a better ending point, but that's alright. We're going to stop it right there. So that was us reading our poems to everyone, even though I have no idea what poem we wrote. Apparently it wasn't very good, but it was our own style. So, and apparently I think according to Monica, it sounded like Sayori. So kind of what we were aiming for. I was aiming more for Yuri, I remember, but I do really like Sayori, so I'm glad it's her, and I didn't want Natsuki. And I remember the words were obvious Natsuki words, even though some of the ones we did pick weren't what I would have assumed were hers. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. If you guys liked it, please hit the like button below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There are 2 more videos of this. The playlist is on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen it. It also will be on the end of the video here. You can click to check out. This game is free on itch.io. I know it's an old game, and a lot of people have either already played it. I know a lot of people have already played it and uploaded it, so I'm way behind, but I'm just trying to get myself used to reading out loud, doing character voices maybe, so I thought this game was kind of perfect for that, because I do remember it was totally a reading story. I thought there was actually multiple choices in this story though, but so far there doesn't seem to be very many multiple choices. It does seem like the poem, though, if I would have maybe got Natsuki, it would have gone a totally different way there, but it seems like maybe there's one ending, but there's different dialogues throughout the game, because I did there actually pick to side with Yuri, and it seemed maybe if I picked to side with Natsuki, she wouldn't have stormed out and threw her poem away, which I kind of feel bad about now. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.